Okay. Now we will continue for module number 3. We will have project rules. This important, gentlemen, for the exam. By the way, I have a question for you, and I got this question in my exam for the foundation. If you implement the ISO 27001 in an organization, do you think that you have to apply the same steps and same documentation, everything in other organization, or it will be different?
السورة أبو يحيى again بعد إذنك.
If you are, or if you implemented ISO 27001 in an organization, do you think that you have to implement the same steps and documentation in another company, the same way and procedure which you follow it, or it will be a different approach?
It will be different.
Why?
Because you have different factors based on the organization settings.
Okay. Any other answers?
Agree with him because environment may be more difficult than this environment, or maybe bigger than this environment like this.
Okay. Any other opinion?
Yes, because the house another mission, another rules, so totally it will be different.
Okay, gentlemen, I think, alhamdulillah, you understood the concept for today, and this is the right answer, because as we mentioned, that why do we have to understand the organization context? If we have to apply the same approach, then this means the organization context, it's not valid here, right? But we said that we have to understand the objectives, we have to understand the goals, we have to understand processes, activities, and so on. Then we are able to understand the assets. And if we understood the assets, then we will be able to make a risk assessment and define what are the resources which we have to utilize it for the critical. Thank you. I really appreciate your understanding. Last point in module number 3, the ISO 27001 standard. What is the project rules? What do you mean? Suppose that you want to implement ISO 27001 in your company. What are the project rules required in this organization, in this project? I think now Muhammad Askar and Wael, we will be very happy, because we will start to speak about project management. Project sponsor or project champion. What is a project sponsor? A project sponsor, gentlemen, this is the person, management person, who have the power to lead the project.
And he has the fund.
But yes, he has the power to lead the project. When I say power, it means that he is one of the top management. He has control over budget, resources, and person. And you have to keep in your mind for the ISO 27001 exam that he should have a response against the negative feedback. What do we mean by negative feedback? Gentlemen, please don't forget that as a nature of human, that whatever anything new, you will find some resistance. People, they are think, wow, they will come and implement ISO, and every week or whatever, they will ask for a report, and they will check if we are doing everything in a proper way or not. And this, it will be a headache for us, and we will have a lot of other tasks and reports which we have to fill and submit and all this stuff. Then you will find a resistance. And in some situation, you may find some people, they don't want to implement the ISO when their problems in their departments and divisions will not be clear. Then they will be against the implementation. They will have a negative attitude. When the project sponsor or the project champion, he must have the power which you will be able to manage these negative attitudes. Because if the project sponsor he is not strong enough, he will not, the project, it may fail. Okay? Second role, it will be the project manager. This is a project manager who will be responsible for implementing the ISO in the organization. Usually, the project manager, it is the information security officer, CSO, chief security officer, or security officer, or security manager. Usually, the project manager, he will be the security officer or the security manager. I have another two rules which I want to ask you a question about. What is the difference between project management team and project team? What is the difference between these two rules?
Project management team who are responsible for the management wise for all the different cycles in the project. And a project team maybe will be included all the team as a technical and the management, everyone in the related to the project.
Okay, any other opinion?
The same as my colleague mentioned, Abu Yahya. Usually the project management team, they are the core team for the project. However, the project team may be focal points working with the projects team or with the project core team in order to fulfill a certain requirements as per his rule.
Okay, thank you very much. This is the right answer from both of you. That's right. Project management team, they will be responsible for managing the project tasks as managing the schedule, the budget, the project plan, the stakeholders, expectations of stakeholders, the resources, the whatever, anything related to the project itself. And the project team, it will be the technical issues and the interface persons from the different departments who are engaged in implementing the ISO 27001. Finally, it will be the final rule, it will be interested parties, and as we explained, we have internal versus external interested parties. Gentlemen, do you think CEO, it is one of the interested parties or not?
Of course, Abu Yahya.
Why?
For at least, first is the policies.
Okay.
And second, the satisfaction.
Second what?
The satisfaction.
Satisfactions of what? Of whom?
If we are going to manage a project, he is one of the stakeholders that we need to ensure his satisfaction.
Okay. This is number one. Number two, he is a part of the project because as you remember that we mentioned that he have to create a security policy. Then again, he have a role in the project. Then the CEO, he is one of the interested parties because he have a part to do in the project, plus we want to ensure his satisfaction of the project as well. Okay?